we have more to talk about.
Yeah, we do have more.
This guy is great.
You know that when it's a channel, it has to do with just farming and nothing but farming. Agribusiness is all that we know. But today I'm going to share with you a story that would give you a context of what we do here, an idea of what we do here. Over my right, I have Mike. Mike is now a brother to me. We've gone past the friendship stage. He reached out to me, I remember, on TikTok. And on X rather.
Yeah, on X.
On X. And yes, it was on X. And I was a little bit reluctant to actually have a conversation with him because I had that period. I had some things going on, and I also had a lot of people reaching out as I do every day. So I felt like it was just one of those things. But he actually paid a visit to me. He came to my village to actually talk to me. And I actually like that. I respect the fact that people who want to enter into the agri space actually spend time to want to pay money to come and experience certain small knowledges that we have actually gained. So it was a bit of a respect that came from my end. And some months down the line, he contacted me that how can we go about it? How can we be doing something? And today we have this huge project that you are seeing behind me now. There's a 2-acre pepper farm project. And it's not just any pepper. 2 of the most expensive pepper we can ever have in Ghana now.
Preach, brother.
But 2 of the most expensive pepper. So today I just want to talk to you about the relationship I have with Michael and share with you certain small insights that has to do with the farming from his own perspective so that you'll be able to see what goes into farming. Take this as a training. Mike.
Hi.
Today,
brother from another
yes,
mother.
Of course. today you are going to have a huge image on my channel. I've actually never done this before. This is the first time I'm bringing somebody to Virgin Father's channel.
It's the first time being on social. I've always been hiding.
Of course.
I can't hide anymore, you know.
Yeah. But today I want us to talk about something small. Just tell us how did it start for you? How did you get to meet me? Maybe if I say it will look like I'm being cheesy. So how did it start for you?
All right. Thank you, viewers. Let me begin this. I first had an encounter with people who farm for people and make money. So I sent money, I paid money, and it was horrible. I don't want to mention names. It was horrible. So when I came down and I started watching his videos, I was impressed. And I said, no, I have to get closer. So I contacted him and we made a time and I paid a courtesy call to his palace.
Yes, my village.
Yes. And you know, as we all do all the time, I'm like, hey, this is what I want to do. I have this amount of money, blah, 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 blah. I was just talking big. And he said, slow down, brother. Start small. I always remember that.
Yes, that's small.
I said, oh, yo,
yes.
What do you mean? That's BS, man. I'm bringing the moolah. Why am I starting small? But his advice paid. I listened and visiting him, he gave me a lot of ideas and he spoke a lot. I went back after months, like he said, we started something and it's been really helpful.
But did you actually feel like you're coming to me, you had a good option? Did you feel like what you had anticipated was what actually you came to meet, or something changed?
You know what? I'm the type who listens more, says less. You know me by now.
Of course.
So whenever I watch your videos,
Yeah.
you are like, you're candid, you're brief, and you're straight to the point, and it hits.
Mm-hmm.
So that really compelled me to know I have to meet this guy. And after we had
several conversations, yeah, of course.
and then
No,
finally,
but everybody knows that it's not easy to actually come.
it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
But we were determined.
We don't have the time. We don't have
I
the
was
time.
really determined. So I said no, whatever it is, and then he said, okay, this time I'm free, and then boom, I made that courtesy call.
Yeah.
It was to listen to him, and he really, like I said before, gave the best tip,
Yeah.
best
I'm
advice,
grateful.
best
I'm
tip,
grateful. I'm grateful.
because I've known him now, so I know the story. So I've now understood why he gave me those information, like piece of advice. Yeah.
Today we're actually doing 2 acre pepper for him, and now everybody here calls him apprentice because he's now an apprentice. He's trying to learn about farming, so he's now an apprentice. He came on the field, pointing the holes. We are doing transplanting, by the way. We are transplanting his
And yeah,
peppers. I'll send you videos, I'll share videos and pictures with you so that you know what we are doing today. But Mike, is it cheap to farm? Is it cheap to farm?
It's not cheap. It ain't cheap.
How cheap is it not?
Uh, acquiring the land, cool.
Yeah.
But what goes into land preparation?
Yeah. So anybody on my channel, right, knows I always say this. Land prep must be done well. When you got the land, how was the soil?
Was hard as like a monkey's butt.
So if you don't understand what he's trying to say, right? When we first came on the site and he saw the land.
Now look at it.
When we first came on the site and he saw the land,
I was disappointed.
he was not happy at all. I
Yeah,
could actually see from his face that, oh, very far, that's not it. That's not what I paid for. I'm not looking for this. And I said, be patient. But you see, if you're actually committed to what you are doing, you actually know how it will end, you'll do it well. Now today he's showing you the soil that he actually has now. So land prep is actually very important to us. Anybody following us know that land prep is very important. But Mike, so let me just brief them a little about the overview of the cost involved in preparing your land to get it in the right position. Mike, if you look at your expenses so far, if you were doing farming on your own, do you think you have spent about half of what you spent by now?
Well, you know the answer by now.
Yeah. But you and I agree that it's outrageously expensive if you want to do it right.
Sure.
So
Sure.
what you have spent so far, you agree with me that it can farm somebody's simple farm from beginning to end. You can agree with me.
Very simple. I will agree with you on that.
And it would not make a lot of sense if somebody sits down somewhere and says this amount of money they can use for this. You cannot actually sit down and say if you have this amount of money you can actually do this.
Let me stop you there. Like I came before, I said okay. Initially, you remember I told you I wanted like 10 acres.
10 acres, yeah. I
You remember
I
very
do
well.
remember. Yeah,
Yes.
I do remember.
And then he laughed this way. And I had a patience trying to figure out why that laugh. Then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you will understand us when you start.
Yes.
So definitely I said, okay, how much that's gonna cost? 5 acres. This how much it's gonna cost. Okay. And then I went further to do my research and I sent it to him like, give me
The breakdown.
the breakdown of how it's gonna cost. Quickly, I reduced my 10 acres to 2 acres
2 acres, which we have now.
because it's always a start small.
Yeah.
And I realized how important that information was.
Yeah.
Because a lot goes into the land preparation because you really need to put the land
Proper way.
in proper ways.
Yeah.
So if your produce or your plants,
Yeah.
seedlings
Yeah.
can really be nurtured properly.
Yeah. So for those who don't understand, what we did was pretty simple, but people would ignore. We first of all did weeding. We came to plowing. It was not cheap though. If I would let you know, the cheapest that we have so far is the plowing. That was 450 cedis for an acre, for each acre. That's 450 cedis.
And I was doing 2.
Yes, we're doing 2. And at the end of the day, you are doing plowing, second plowing, you are doing harrowing, and then raging. Now, let me explain to you something. The whole of Central Region, from Winneba all the way to Mankasim, we just had 2 tractors that would be able to do these rages for us. Our seedlings had been ready for about 2 weeks now. Yeah. And getting a tractor to actually come and do these beds were very difficult for us. We ended up paying 900 cedis per acre. And 2 acres, you know how much it will cost. At the end of the day, we still paid an extra 150 Ghana cedis for moving fee or whatever it is. At the end of the day, if you do all the tallying and the calculation, you are over 10,000 cedis from the beginning to the end. Now, not forgetting that we had to put in manure. We put in manure. We have organic fertilizers that are ready now after transplanting. That's what we are going to put in the soil. So land preparation for us is more important than actually the harvesting stage, because that is what will determine the harvest that you would get
exactly
in the season.
Exactly.
So Mike, you and I agree that what you are seeing now is impressive, right?
Super.
As you can see from our background, even the scenery alone is beautiful. And this is just the transplanting stage. I'm going to, at each stage, let Michael tell you what is happening, how he's seen the whole project, his disappointment and his appreciation so far. So that if you are watching my channel, for once in your life, you'll be able to hear from somebody else, not from me, about how farming is supposed to go. Don't let anybody lie to you. Farming is not cheap. It's no more like how it used to be. We are not doing subsistence farming, or we are not doing smallhold farming. We are doing commercial farming here. And if you are sitting somewhere and then thinking about your garden, you can't compare garden management to this place. It's different. If you want to do farming, I'd always tell you this: start small. Always start small. Don't try to. You have the money. We all understand you have the money, but you can't survive without money. You can't grow with just money. You need the management. You need to be able to manage it in the optimum space. So always start small, and then you can expand with time. We'll think about doing maybe 2 hectares. We can grow from there.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Yeah, of course. So everybody wants to get huge farmlands, but make sure that you can be able to manage the one that you have before you think about getting. The name is Veggie Father again. I'll share some videos with you with the amazing process so far, and
trust me, we have more to talk about.
Yeah, we do have more.
This guy is great. You know, my first visit, he took care of me. We need to sit down and talk about this, and I think we're gonna take it from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, of course.
Till.
Yeah.
I'm a shy guy. I'm not a media type, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have him with me and go through this project. And I'm not disappointed.
Yeah.
He updates. He tells you what it is, and he helps.
Charlie, if we are going to leave this camera for him, you will talk. Just hold on. I'll share with you.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Because I told you I want to be here for the transplant.
Of course, today you are here. And don't worry, we'll be taking some tequila. So we are fire here.